Odell Beckham. Odell Beckham wore a watch, and it did not apparently help in the win. He got probably going to get fined by the NFL. The NFL said you can't wear that. It's a hard object. And Odell Beckham said, it's just, if it's not one thing, it's another. Exactly. Odell Beckham also said, I want to read this quote, it's always something. Yeah, Odell, exactly. Let's be honest here. This is self-inflicted. Odell, nobody's picking on you. The NFL once fined Brian Urlacher, and at the time I think he was the best defensive player in the league, or certainly he was a star. They fined him $100,000 for wearing a hat at a media day. That feels like you're getting picked on. Colin Kaepernick was fined money because he wore headsets before a game that the NFL didn't approve. Those are intense and punitive fines. By the way, Brandon Marshall, I think, got fined for the wrong cleats. Cam Newton got fined for a clip in a face mask. There have been sock fines. Alvin Kamara, cleats and socks. Uniform, i.e. uniformity. This is why Jimmy Buffett sued some ladies a year ago because they wanted to open up a pizza place called Cheeseburger in Paradise. He's worth $700 million. They weren't worth anything. This is why McDonald's sues people all the time if you come up with a restaurant that says muck before your restaurant. Little becomes big. Uniformity. We're not going to allow something small because obviously you would set a precedent if OBJ wears a watch, somebody else wears another watch, somebody else wears clips, socks, cleats, hats, headphones. Nobody's picking on anybody. This is what big corporations do. It's called uniformity. They do it with airlines, with their pilots. Law enforcement and firemen do it with their personnel. Chris Carter talked about this morning. We have this battle in America, and we're seeing it now seep into sports. And I do think there are some sports, tennis, golf, where it's about the person. I mean, Roger Federer can do whatever he wants. Serena can do whatever she wants. These are team sports. And Chris Carter, who played team sports, doesn't like the direction of OBJ or where sports are sometimes headed.
The rules apply to everyone. And this is how you see guys, they gradually get into other stuff, because, I don't care about a $5,000 fine. I don't care about a $20,000 fine. I don't care it's a $100,000 fine. Why wouldn't you care? It's a distraction to your teammates. To me, it don't make sense. It just speaks to how selfish, how much individuals that they are. You disregard being on a team and what we have signed up. We're all supposed to be going in this car in the same direction together. But to you, it don't matter.
It is the constant battle now, individual over team. I do think there are individual sports. Grab a tennis racket, a golf club. I'm for it. In team sports, I'm a team guy. I like winning over individualism. And it's a constant battle now, and it's not going away. Speaking of watch, here is something actually that has to do with football that you should watch. This Monday, when the Browns 0-1 go on the road to face the Jets. You may want to watch this story. Baker Mayfield had his lowest passer rating when throwing to Odell Beckham. This is what happened with Tony Romo and Dez. This is what happened with Big Ben and AB. You often see the star receiver, kind of high maintenance, demanding the football, or he's disruptive, and the talented quarterback, Ben, Romo, and Baker Mayfield, therefore forcing the ball to Odell Beckham. I'll say it again. I think Odell's going to have great moments in Cleveland. I think Jarvis Landry will be there next year, the following year, and the following year. I don't think Odell Beckham, watch that, will be there perhaps even next year. By the way, the Patriots, it should be noted, they wear jewelry, too, after winning another Super Bowl in February. I'm not anti-jewelry. I'm not anti-trophy. I'm not anti-ring. You get them when you win in January and February. You know, this past year, anybody who ever had a milkshake with Sean McVay of the Rams got a head coaching job. All the boy geniuses moved into the NFL. They are going to take over the league. And the current scoreboard on all the boy geniuses is 1 win, 6 losses, 1 tie. Not great. The only win went to the rookie head coach that had Aaron Rodgers. And even their offense didn't look very good. There is a massive difference between being smart and being able to handle an NFL head coaching job, because it's not just about schematics. It's about dealing and massaging the ego's owner. You got to deal sometimes as a coach with a eccentric owner, some owner that's always got its way. You got to deal with players' personal crises and issues. I talked to an NFL coach one time, who on a Friday night before they got on the plane was on the phone with a player's girlfriend about wanting a new SUV. He said to himself, that was the last conversation I wanted to have. That's the reality of being a head coach. Landmines everywhere, bureaucracy everywhere, media responsibilities. Being a coordinator is about being smart. Josh McDaniels is smart. He couldn't build a culture. Pat Shurmur is smart in New York, but is he building a culture? I don't know how smart Pete Carroll is, but man, at USC and the Seahawks, he's great at building cultures. Okay? That's the difference. This weekend, you know who did really well? Who were the 5 best-looking teams in the NFL? Minnesota looked great. Mike Zimmer is 63. The Ravens looked unbelievable. John Harbaugh in his 12th year. The Patriots dominated Pittsburgh. Belichick's closer to 70 than 60. The Chiefs scored on their first 7 possessions. Andy Reid is 63. And oh, by the way, although he looks 21 years old, Jason Garrett of the Cowboys, 9th year, mid-50s, dominated. The 5 best-looking teams in the NFL had guys whose average age was somewhere between 59 and 61. The boy geniuses were 1, 6, and 1. Because there are 2 different skill sets on being a coordinator. Norv Turner's great at that. Wade Phillips is great at that. And being a head coach. Pete Carroll, Belichick, John Harbaugh, Andy Reid, they're great at that. Big difference. A position coach can sometimes be only responsible for 2 players. Quarterback coach. A coordinator, sometimes only responsible for 11. An NFL head coach is not only responsible for 53, but he's got a crazy impulsive owner, intense local and national media. He's got to deal with both coordinators, every major player crises. It is the Grand Canyon. It is much easier to go position coach to coordinator than coordinator to head coach in the NFL. Sean McVay, everybody's like, oh, McVay. It's not McVay's schematics that are amazing. What's amazing about Sean McVay is a kid in his early 30s can change the culture of the Rams overnight. That's his success. It's not that he's calling play. Their offense is actually, if you watch the Rams, and I've seen every snap now for 3 years, it's a fairly repetitive offense. They do the same stuff over and over. But his ability to connect with veterans, free agents, rookies, and create this culture, very pro player, yet very responsible and team first, that, to me, is the secret sauce with Sean McVay. Not that he's smart. I tell people all the time in my business who do the hiring, oh, I got to hire smart people. I said, are they smart enough to be good on television? Because I work at a big TV company. I'm looking for smart enough to be good on TV. I don't want Harvard guys who are stiff on TV. And so this idea of all these boy geniuses moving in, the 5 old guys in the league, they look great. The experienced guys, Garrett, Harbaugh, Andy, Belichick, they look great. Young boy geniuses, 1-1, because he has Aaron Rodgers. Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd or go watch a few segments from other shows on FS1.